Swimpros news with the one and only Yule and David. What's
And
up?
David.
Yeah, dude, we got a lot to talk about.
Yep,
We had a good one. Remember, it was raining. We got up the mountain there and then did it in the weight room last time.
that was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. So we got lots to talk about. I guess we'll do it like kind of camp only.
I guess, yeah. I mean, that's what I pretty much prepared, right? It's just kind of went over the numbers again and again, of the tests that we did. So we can talk about those for sure. And then maybe kind of give an update on, yeah.
Can we start with that? Because like the test, so so for everyone just to know what we did, right? So Yule pretty much came up with the idea a while ago to incorporate drag socks into our training. Why? Because he reads a shit ton of swearing. He reads a lot of stuff. Watches a lot of videos of people who are absolutely world class at swimming and what they do, coaching swimmers and so on. And it seems that a lot of the athletes who are really good at on the waters, they use drag socks. And so we said at the beginning of the camp, we're going to measure a 25 off the blocks, and we're going to measure a 25 fly kick underwater, and we're going to measure a 15-meter fly kick underwater, right? That being said, I always did the measuring. We did that on day 1, and we did it on day 10 in the same pool, same conditions. I always timed it exact like the same way. I mean, of course, there's going to be a little bit of an error, but like I did the best that I could. And I would say the 15-meter, because I was standing there, is kind of hard to time exactly, but the 25, that should be pretty dang accurate.
It looks accurate.
Right, and then Yule, we had it all in Excel. Yule has this brand new badass MacBook. What is it? I don't know. MacBook Pro, Double Pro,
Pro.
whatever. Yeah, that even if you have the biggest sunlight, it still has a good screen and all that. So like, okay, so give us the results, dude. So what did we find?
Yeah, so here, let's see. No, I want to share this window. There you go. Okay.
Oh,
Do you see my
can you do it?
screen?
Yeah, can you share it again? Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. If you share it again, I can then add it to the. Just share again. Stop sharing and share again, and I'll add it to the scene here.
Just trying to get there. Duck, duck. I'll share a window, and it's gonna be this one. There you go.
Cool. Add to scene. Now let's see how we can do that. Cool. Wait, maybe I can make this a bit bigger. Like that. Yeah, let's do it like that, right?
Sure. I Yeah, that works, right?
Or maybe we can do it like that. We can have our little heads here. Okay, so that way, that works. People should see it.
Cool. Yeah, I mean it's basically a bunch of numbers, right? But and I was thinking about doing like graphs and stuff to make it more graphic, but in the end, if you only have like you're comparing basically two numbers, then a graph doesn't really make that much sense. Um, but so I kind of want to highlight a couple of key data from this sheet, right? So again, we did the first round at the very beginning of the camp, and then second round at the very end of the camp. Um, just for those who were in the camp, right? Maybe your name is missing because you only did one of the two. How do you call it? One of the two tests, right? Either the one early in the camp or the one later. So you are not on this list. You're on the complete one, which is over here. So your times are not lost. They're just not. Obviously, I can't analyze your time if you only have one, right?
Right.
There you go. And then we have, for instance, Dylan. He just did the 25, right? He didn't do the underwaters, and same with Alex.
Yeah.
Um,
But can we tell this story with Dylan though? He came, right? I mean, like in the 53, he came, his PB was a 34 in the 53 long course, and he ended it. What did he end it with?
29.77. So
Yeah.
this here is what was this, like day 2 or day 3? He went at 31.8 in the 50 breaststroke, 30.9 in the 53, and then on the last day, I can give you the exact number. I didn't do the races yet, but I have him here. Dylan. Yeah, 29.5. 29.5.
29.5. And came with the
Yep.
34, right? And those first days, when he hit the 30.9, we already gave him like a good kind of some
Whipping.
good pep talks, and he had some whipping. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, he did fantastic. So okay, good. Let's go back to the thingy here. So
Yeah.
just shout out to Dylan if you're watching.
Cool. Yeah, no, he did great. He did great. Super proud of his progress too. So right, couple of like headers. 25 main stroke all out. So yes, this is just an indication of how fast we got in 10 days, but I think it's still a good one because obviously here it's mixed with butterfly, breaststroke. Maybe for next week I can do this that I just take the flyers, the breaststrokers, freestyles, and then we can analyze it by stroke. But for now, so the average for the first round, so in beginning of the camp was 15.1 in the 25. Um, for the second round, it's 14.6. Think that's half a second. We shaved off half a second in a 25 racing pace.
Yep.
That's incredible. I
Yeah.
mean,
And dude, I could already hear some coaches saying, "Yeah, you tapered them and stuff." No, we didn't. They worked their asses off, and they were dead tired at the end. Asked them when they got home how many hours they slept. Like, yeah,
there is no such thing as tapering going on for sure. No, just obviously stuff that works. Lots of socks. Lots of socks. Right. I mean, we worked socks every day, sometimes twice a day. And what we did is obviously first of all master socks in kicking, and then in a second step, trying socks with actually swimming. Right. But I would say the most gain that we saw with the socks is really the underwater sense. It's kind of the next big number we have here, right? So first round, 25 underwater, right? So that's not something official or anything. It's just 25 underwater. First round average was 18.0. Second round we're going in at a 16.9. Dude, I mean,
yeah,
that's over a sec. That's 1.05 seconds faster than a 25 underwater. And in the 15, it kind of so this is the other indicator that I have is in the 15s we went from 9.1 to 8.9, which is zero point 0.2 seconds, right? I was gonna say almost only. I mean that's still a lot if you consider you're doing a 15, where obviously most of your speed comes from kicking off the wall, pushing off the wall, right? Um, but so what we see here is that what helped us the most is yes we gained some speed, but mostly we were also able to be more consistent with our kick over a 25, right?
yep,
Meaning that it should be easier to come off of every wall doing correct kicks,
yep.
right?
And dude, also, it's just my sense, but like when you look at the difference in the 15 isn't that much, but for me, that it does make a lot of sense. I can't prove it, but a lot of the kids came right after Christmas break, so they actually did have a bit of rest before they came on camp, and so chances were quite high that they actually for that speedy stuff they would should be doing really well, right?
Yeah,
Whereas towards the end of the camp, I mean, we worked them hard, and
yeah,
so some of that, and they still got faster, but then it really showed if when they had to like kick longer, so the kicking speed improved. Yeah, so for me
yeah,
that just makes a lot of sense.
yeah. It was amazing, right? And so maybe what we should explain is one of the reasons why we did this analysis obviously is yeah we wanted to know for us if do our trainings work and how efficient is it actually. So I think this was our first news or our second one where we talked about using socks for the first time with Chloe and Julian, right?
Yep.
um and so now we really have proof of concept of our sets that we're doing with the socks. And yeah, I think for us that was super important, right? I mean, it's not just the socks, obviously, it's also everything around it. But the socks are a game changer because I'm pretty sure that if we would have done this same analysis after Camp 1 in Tenerife, yes, everybody went faster, I remember, but in underwaters, I'm not sure that everybody went this much faster.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
So we're in other words, we are convinced now also, and the data shows us that drag socks are the real deal.
real deal,
Yep.
real deal,
Yep.
for sure.
And man, I tried them all on the last. So remember on the last day, like
Yeah,
it was optional training. Like most people have left already, and I tried them on. Holy moly!
yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff is rough.
Yeah. So I guess I was always when you were like writing the sets on the board, and I saw them do it. It's like okay, move. But then I tried them all, and I'm like, okay, all right, I get it now. So I probably should have tried that like in the first session just to have a better understanding what they're actually going through. But that even more
That's funny.
incredible, like yeah. It's like
He said,
yeah,
move.
yeah, move your ass. But hey, I mean they did, eh? So they
Yeah,
did. Most people did.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have a couple of. So here I kind of highlighted, um, the ten swimmers who had the biggest progress. Um, Obviously, we don't have to go into detail of that, but what I did have is kind of an overview of what that means in percent of how much faster that we went, right?
Yeah.
And so in the 25, um, Dave, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, I was just playing
Okay.
around with the layouts. This is so
All
cool.
right, cool.
Anyway, keep going.
Right. So in general, 3% faster in a 25, right? And so I know percentage-wise, swimming is not really about percentages, or nobody actually talks about percentages. I mean, statistics is more of football, baseball, basketball kind of thing, but still, it's kind of interesting to see. Hey, so if you're able to I mean, in our course, we talk about be 1% better every day, right? So I think if we can, on average, achieve a 3% speed increase in 9 days, we're pretty close to that goal of being 1% better every day.
Yep. Yep.
And so to put it in perspective, the 25 underwater, 6%.
Yeah,
If you
and I
look
mean
at the
that's the
total.
thing. All right, that's the thing we say. We are focused on the competition specific stuff like turns on the waters and that kind of stuff. So
Right. Now the next step would be to this let's take an example. Um I'll take an example of somebody who is a bit younger and somebody who is a bit older, right? So younger group, where can we go? Cecilia, right? So Cecilia, I just remember first day she got at camp, I saw her swimming freestyle, and I was like, wait, how did this girl make it to camp?
yeah,
Because her freestyle looked horrible. And then I kind of asked her, so yeah, so what is your main stroke stuff? She's like, yeah, breaststroke. Okay, so what is your 100 breaststroke? She said like 115. It's like what? 115 at 12. It's like okay, yeah, you
incredibly
definitely
fast.
belong into this camp.
Yep, and then
Um,
200 is like 230 something, right? It's super
yeah, like
fast.
insane.
Yeah,
Swims really nice breaststroke too, but there's still a lot of improvement, right? Room for improvement. And so this girl is 12 or 13, right? Just turned 13 or is still 12. Um, 25 main stroke, she almost went a second faster.
it's
And
crazy.
with her, it's 100% just that we worked on basics. That's it.
Yep,
Streamline, better start. That's it.
yep.
If you look at her 25 underwater, and again, her underwaters were just not great when she got to camp.
ten
And
point
now
eight percent. Holy moly!
10.8, 2.28 seconds
Wow,
improvement in a 25 underwater. That's crazy, right?
that is crazy.
And then we have people like Lara who know our program, but still first time swimming with socks. So improve, and she was tapered. She was tapered when she came into camp because she had Swiss Open, right? So zero point 0.7 seconds faster in the 25, 1.4 seconds faster in the 25 underwater. So 25 main stroke, 0.7, 25 underwater, 1.4 seconds, 8.7%.
That's wild. And she's at a
That's
good, like,
crazy.
she's at a good level already, right? That's wild.
Yeah, that's the point, right? Yes. So for the viewers out there, right, to put that into perspective, Lara is at the 53 short course. She's at a 26.1. For girls, pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Um, and if she's able to increase like her 25 at point 0.7 in 9 days, that's incredible. I
Yep.
mean, even her 15, which we train a lot, she improved by 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
We got Nathaniel, who's a 27-second breaststroker in the 50, right? Going in
Yeah.
and he's a good flyer too. Improved 7.9 seconds in the underwater stuff. Oh,
7.9%. So
percent.
1.2
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
But still, I mean, we're
Wild.
talking about somebody who is already very, very quick. Right.
Yeah. And dude, talk about the one thing, right? We took the test and just looking at the numbers, because like you and I, whenever we do stuff like that, when we're in the rooms, we're like discussing that kind of stuff, right? We're like starting to look at it. And without analyzing it in detail, there's something that we noticed that actually skews the end result. Because the end result, remember what we said, the people that didn't improve were not a lot, or were staying at the same thing. What happened with them?
So what? The people who didn't improve?
Yeah, like for example, I mean, like I hate it, but like Amanda came to us with a lot of injuries in the knees and the shoulder and stuff, and
Yeah.
so she did a lot of work with Rebecca on her mobility to feel better, and that worked. However, she wasn't doing the hard sets, right? And then
Yep.
you see it. There was no change because she just couldn't. She wanted to,
Yeah.
but she couldn't do them because of injury stuff, right? And we had a few people who's like shoulder stuff, and they just couldn't do all of these hard sets. And you could see the people that were doing it, that could do it because their body allowed it, they improved without exception.
Without
And
exception.
then without exception, and then we had some that were staying at the same level or only had like tiny improvements, and that was, I mean, we can't like prove it. We cannot be. It could just be a coincidence, a crazy coincidence. But it showed the people that were doing not so much of these sets in the pool, they improved very little.
Very little, yeah. For sure. I mean, I have those numbers. I don't really want to show them, but obviously, so we had one, two, three, so four people pretty much who, well, we had to work on different stuff with them, right? Injuries, some of them
Yeah.
were sick. It just happens, right? This is a big group. Not a, it's difficult. It's difficult for everybody to be there every day, right? But there you go. I mean, for us, it's just very obvious that these guys, obviously, they kind of at the end of camp, they were doing pretty much the same time as when they came. Some of them were even a bit worse, right? Because again, they got injured. We had to work on their injury and stuff.
Or they had
Um,
injuries before and it just kind of came back because they started training. They wanted to train
yeah,
everybody. We have to say that it was incredible. Even like the guys and the girls that were in what has to be, I think, a lot of pain because we can't feel it, but they
yeah,
really wanted to. Like they
yeah,
came, they showed up, they wanted to. It just in certain cases it would have been what Chavich always said: good pain and bad pain, and it was
yeah,
bad pain. And we had to just make a decision, be like, okay, it doesn't make any sense that you do that because it's not going to benefit you.
yeah.
Unfortunately, these things happen, but I really admire like the tenacity and like the grit to like show up again and again that they have, because for some, like for a minute I feel so bad because it's been going on for so long and it doesn't get better, but like she still shows up. I mean, it's
Still trying.
still trying.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
since you're talking about Amanda, I mean, she did the 25 breast, right? Um, First round was 17.3. The second round was 17.3. The underwaters was a 21.7, and then she went down to a 19.7. which is still pretty good, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. So there you go.
Amanda, I hope your shoulders and your knees hold up. I hope they get
Yep.
better. I really hope for you. Really do.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, just for us, it was still very interesting to see that actually the boys and girls who did all the stuff that we asked from them, or were able to do it. Just crazy how much they were able to outperform their day one performance versus the guys who were not able to do all our sets and stuff, and kind of stayed at the same spot, right?
Yeah.
So for obviously that's not what we wanted. It's not, we didn't want to be able to check whether our trainings work or not, using people who are injured as
No.
as kind of the benchmark, but still it's just for us it's still a great indicator that what we are doing actually works, right?
Yep.
Without
I agree.
tapering.
Without tapering. That's right.
That's the other thing. Like, I mean, we haven't even tapered yet, right? And so I just know that the April camp for our Swiss swimmers and for the others who are going into nationals is going to be a tapering camp. Right.
Yep. What are the dates for the February camp?
March 28th through April 6th.
Ah, okay. So it's not a February camp. It's like
April, right? April. Easter.
Oh, okay. So that's the April and the February camp.
February is 7th through 21st.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. There you
What
go.
else do we have? What else do we have from camp? I just did a live just before the Swimpros news on, because I promised the swimmers to record a little video on how to approach them with the Flume channel videos. So I'll post that in the school as well, because like the way we see it, right, is that if you have a great coach, no problem at all. You go, the coach will be excited to like watch this back with you and get to work. If you have a coach who you've tried everything, he doesn't give any feedback for whatever reason, not interested in your development, sitting on his front, like whatever the reason is, right? Then you need to start looking at switching coach. Either switch clubs, switch squads, but you need to make a move. It's a difficult conversation to have. We need to make a move. And then that video is for everybody who's in between, where the coaching relationship is okay-ish, but it could be better, and they feel some level of anxiety, nervousness, fear in some cases, right? Some kind of discomfort to approach the coach. And I just kind of recorded a couple of thoughts, what we've done in the past that worked really well and stuff. So for everybody who's in between, if you got a great coach, no problem. If you got a really bad coach, what the thing is that you actually you have to look at, and then everything in between, that's like coachable, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But that technique work has to continue at home, right? You cannot be that, they build all that momentum and stuff. And the same with the mindset, right? Same with the mindset.
Yep.
Speaking of which, we're starting the Swimpros Performance Academy with our new upgrades, with the chance to win a new race suit of your choice and stuff. We're starting that on Sunday. And if you're not in it yet and you like to be in it, promise you it's the best thing since sliced bread for your swimmer. If you're not in it yet, just go that link, school.com/mindgympro. You can join the free community, and then there you'll find a link there to kind of join the membership, and we'll start on Sunday with a big season kickoff goal setting. We're going to do goal setting, going to go through all the upgrades and updates that we have for 2026.
Yep. I'm excited for that. Excited
Me
for
too.
the goal setting call on Sunday, and also for the winning a race suit. Obviously, I want to win it.
Yeah. And then gift it to somebody. You see, Ari got the fire badge now as well on school.
Oh yeah.
So I think like Yeah, we should. We should. I'm still thinking about maybe that should be a prerequisite to when you need to be at the fire thing, right? Because we have like over a month, so easy.
Yeah, that would be nice. I didn't get it because Sunday, last day of
Oh,
camp, I forgot to do it, and now I need to start over. So
and,
damn.
and dude, like, look, let me like show you this, because I wanted to text you, and then I honestly I forgot because if I go here, do you see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Here you go, my profile. Do you see? Okay, so obviously this is more than 30 days, but like, look at this. You need just 10 activities a day, and
I
then
know.
here, look at that. I had 11, and it was close, you know. And I wanted to text you like, do not mess that up. But I forgot to text you. My
Yeah,
bad.
go show mine. Look at mine.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh wait, wait. Oh yeah, here you missed it. Yeah, the
Yep.
fire batch is gone.
Damn.
Hey, but dude, like
Uh,
it like with everything that we say and that we taught them on camp as well. Like we need to be consistent. That is the
yep.
key. It's not about excelling and having a super extra performance once. It's about being as consistent as possible. And
Yep.
when things do not go well, to get back on track as fast as possible. And
That's ki-
right,
that's kind of what I liked a lot about that I think it was a speech or whatever from Bob Bowman where he said, Leo Marchand and Phelps, so two of the greatest swimmers ever, right? It's not that they have multiple trainings where they're like at a 10, greatest training ever, but they have very rarely a set or a training where they're at a 5 or a 6. So they're always somewhere at a 7 to 8, and that's just consistency. And yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing is obviously obviously I don't really know how coaches do it nowadays, but what I just feel like is the athletes in camp, they're shocked the first day when we yell at them, right?
yeah,
Right.
I guess,
Yeah, and then it's like day 3. Oh yeah, this actually made sense. Oh yeah, no, they actually want they want the best for us, etc., etc. And what happens is there's just a shift from why is the coach yelling at me to, oh, actually he's making me understand how I need to be in the water and how I need to um, execute these drills and etc. So
yeah.
yeah, but in the end it's kind of this worked really well in this group in Tenerife, like this time around. We really had to shout maybe the first 2 days, and after that they just did it.
Less. I mean, like, but like, look, we couldn't expect, like, even with us adults, right? Okay, yelling. Well, also we were yelling because it's outside, and you kind of have to like, because if you're like talking like this, nobody's gonna hear what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be in a way a bit loud. But even during the warm up, right? You say the warm up in a very low voice. We do the 1, 2, 3 swim pros, and then they go, and it just sucks. And then we give them shit for lack of better word. And it's like, okay, you're better than that. And then literally 30 seconds later they start off the set and it looks smooth and solid and streamlined. And you're like, okay. And it's okay.
Yep.
Like if there's no bad feelings and it works, then we gotta do it a lot. That's why we yell streamline
Well,
like freaking 30 times, 50 times in every practice, right? Basics.
and it really worked wonders in the first open training we had.
Yeah.
The warm up was 650s, right? Progressive 1 through 3, and we had them do it. We had them do this the twice, the set 2 times, right? Because the first time was so sloppy, and I yelled at them in front of the parents, um, and they went off the second time, and it looked just so beautiful,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So there you go.
And dude, one more thing.
Accountability,
Yeah, keep going.
accountability, right? Big point, but at the same time, I mean, most of them are still young. They also need somebody to kind of remind them, hey, you know, you can do it. So
Yeah, exactly. We believe in you, and that's why they leave with their head held high. And I just saw Nathaniel join the Instagram thing. Like, I think, you know, one of the reasons also why the group was so focused is so like from a swimming perspective, right? Nathaniel was the fastest and also like the oldest, but like
yep.
so and he just did an incredible job because like he asked me and he was I believe what I thought to be like worried a little bit, am I going to be the oldest? And I was like, yeah. And you know what, somebody has to be the oldest, and I want you to step into that role of being a team leader. And he did an like a phenomenal job because like
Phenomenal.
him, right, and like also Danny and Lara and Will, like these guys were so locked in. And,
Great.
and like the little people, they like look up to them and they see what they do, but it's huge. You know, they look
Huge.
at what we do, but they look at their peers, and they were incredible team leaders and stuff, right? Because if you're the biggest and the tallest and the oldest and the fastest, people automatically look at you. And the team leaders that we had in terms of like age and stuff, right? They were just absolutely phenomenal. And I think that's a learning for us, dude. That we just make sure that the kind of the fastest kind of guys are guys that are there to that are locked in and focused, right?
Yeah, and that's for the next camp. Maybe we can, you know, name one or two team captains. You know, maybe one for sprint, one for mid distance. Maybe could be
I'm
an
a team
idea.
captain for mid distance.
Sprint.
The dictatorial. What? How did Mancoach say it? Dictatorial democracy or democratic dictatorship.
Democratic dictatorship. I love it.
Yeah.
We live by that now.
Hey, but now I don't know. Like we haven't really announced the coaching lineup officially. So maybe we can do that now for the second August camp.
Let's do it.
I mean, okay, so for the first August camp, we're going to have the usual suspect coaching staff, right? Which is you, myself, Rebecca, my sister. And then we're going to be joined by my brother, who is very into sports, was also a good swimmer when he was younger. He was a Swiss champion in full contact karate, Thai box and stuff in Thailand. So like he knows a lot about mobility, like dryland stuff and swimming. Very very good coach. Very good with teenagers because that's kind of his work as well.
His job.
And then we have Mia. Okay, why don't you introduce Mia? Some of you will know her from the school platform and stuff, but why don't you introduce Mia because you know her better.
And some of you might have swam against her. So Mia quit swimming 2 years ago or 1 year ago. Something like that. She is from North Macedonia. So Macedonian, 200 backstroke swimmer. She swam D2 in the United States at Indianapolis. So for you guys who are familiar, D1, D2, D2 is very good.
Fast.
Very fast. So if you put that in perspective, so her 200 backstroke at the D2 championships was a 150.56, 200 backstroke, 200 yards, right? Translate that over into short course, 200 backstroke, that's 207, 208, right?
Cool.
Super fast. Yeah. So she's already doing some work with us in the Balkan region. The people there are super happy with her. I saw her coach, you know, backstroke in. I just saw her coach in general when I was visiting Macedonia, and I thought, you know, what a great fit. Obviously, you know, we need some girl power in that group because, especially with the second week coming, where it's gonna be obviously David, myself, and Mia, and we're gonna be joined by Milorad Čavić, which most of you guys know, and now the newest addition is gonna be Peter Mankoch, who is, I mean, beast. There's no other
beast
word. Really, literally beast.
He's funny too.
He was at the Olympics in the 100 butterfly for sure. I even think 200 IM at some point, 2004. He won the 100 IM 10 times in a row. European Championships, World Championships, Europeans, etc. He had the world record twice in the 100 IM. Absolute beast, and he's a coach back home in Estonia. Well, back home in Estonia. He's from Slovenia, but he lives in Estonia, so he's a coach there. Yeah, so we're super excited about the lineups for both camps. We will have a workaround for the mobility part in Camp 2.
Yep.
Right.
Dude, the workaround is going to be that
We learn it.
we learn it, and we learn everything that we can about it. That's right. We might have to, you know what we could do for the, just thinking out loud, but for the second camp when Rebecca isn't there, what we could do is we could like kind of prepare the physio that they have in Top Training Tenerife. And so if anybody needs like special attention, that they could just book a appointment with the physio there, that he or she has time, you know, because like Rebecca won't be there to like massage and do the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other thing, yeah, well, and the other thing, like, I mean, the facilities, I don't know if you guys know, or who knows and who doesn't, but Yul and I, we were invited while we were in Tenerife on the camp to go and visit the new facility, the brand new facility that they're building right next to the pool. And that just looks like a freaking
phenomenal,
huge upgrade. Huge. Because better beds, better mattresses, the food is going to be specifically for athletes. There's going to be no tourists, only athletes. They're going to have conference rooms, study rooms to play games. They have their recovery area with like hot, cold plunges, sauna, recovery gym. They have a pool to hang out, right? They're going to have a good one. They're going to have everything that we need, and that would be a huge upgrade. And if everything goes according to plan, we could be there for both camps, right? They are on time. They said they're going to be ready in August. So if there's no delays, the only delay I remember where they said what could go wrong is customs in Tenerife. But everything else with the materials, everything looks like it's on track.
Yeah, so the only thing that is taking them longer than expected is, clearing everything through customs, like all the So the way it's built is it's kind of like Legos, but obviously in like real size. And so for all of these different parts that they need, right? They're just having a hard time clearing them, or not a hard time. It's just taking a bit longer. But we kind of hope that was due to there being Christmas and New Year's and stuff, and that now they can kind of get through with that, and
Yep. Fingers crossed. We'll get an update. They said in January. So for right now, we're just patiently waiting.
And hoping.
We'll let you know. And hoping. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Be sick.
The goal is minimum one. So best case scenario is we have both summer camps there. Mid case scenario is the second one of August is gonna be there. Worst case is, we're gonna do New Year's there.
Yeah. We prepare for the worst and hope for the best. I mean, it's not like, the hotel where we're at, it's solid, right? So we don't want to talk that down, but we saw the other stuff. We saw the rendering of what it's going to look like. It's going to be brand new. So like once you see that, you cannot unsee it, and you're like, okay, we need to be there. That's where we belong. So yeah,
if we'll see. So you guys will get an update. But if we are there, then for sure, big game changer.
Yep. As soon as we know, we'll let you know. So like just a couple of. Do you have anything else? Otherwise, I just like a couple of reminders for everybody's watching. But do you have anything else you want to discuss?
No, I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it.
For the camps, right? We do have, because we have more coaches on deck, we can have a few more. We do have a few more open spots, not many. So if you're interested, if you don't know us yet, please just go on swimpros.com. Have a look at like if our training philosophy, the location and stuff, if you like it. If you do, you can get in touch there, and then pretty much, it will kind of set up a meeting with you, and we'll speak to you. If that makes sense, about camp. And if you already know us and you want to grab one of those last spots for either one of the August camps, then just reach out. If you have Yule's number or my number, reach out to us directly and we'll take it from there. All right.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, hey, if you're not in the Performance Academy, the Swimpros Performance Academy, just come to the school right at the bottom left, school.com/mindgymPro, and the instructions on how to join, what it is, it's all there, right? And if you have any questions, you can always reach out. But we always say it. Camp is amazing. We all love it, and it's an experience of a lifetime. And there's a lot that we get done. There's a lot of momentum that we build, but the most important thing, for the reasons we discussed earlier, consistency, is actually the things that your swimmer does at home. They matter more than what they do on 10 days camp, right? It's a phenomenal start into the long course season. In the summer, it's a great start into the season, but the things we do every day, they accumulate or they depreciate. And so it is a performance multiplier if you're a part of the academy. And now we have so many upgrades on how we can gamify it, can make it more fun. There's so many people reporting already that they're spending less time on social media, less time on TikTok, less time on Instagram, and they actually hang out in school, connect with real people, meet even outside of school, have video chats and stuff. And it's just, I love it. And
great tool.
Yeah, at least come check it out. And like worst case, like look, the membership it's $99 because the platform is in dollars, so it's like 85 euros or whatever a month, or you can go for the yearly and save 30%. Like if you're not sure, don't get the yearly. Just come in for a month. Like the worst thing that can happen is you lose $99 and you're like, okay, David and Yule, they're full of shit. I never want to work with them ever again. And then you lost $99. We will probably give you a refund too. If you come and complain, we'll probably refund you anyway. Because we don't want any bad vibes and stuff. So you have nothing to lose. Yeah. But the best thing that happens, it changes your swimmer's life forever. The swimming, they will do better than they ever have, and it will be faster than what they expect. They'll be so happy, and it will change them forever, right? Confidence isn't just something you have in swimming. It swaps over into school and dating and job and like whatever else it is, and it just makes everything else more fun and faster. So,
for sure.
You really have nothing to lose, right? Or what am I getting? Am I getting anything wrong?
Not right now, no.
Right? There's not really a risk, right? It's like, don't get the yearly. Just come in for a month and you can upgrade to annual at any time and get the discount. Snag up the discount.
Yep.
Cool.
We are working on merch.
Oh yeah.
But I'll give an update on that next week.
Yeah. We're also working on, I'll just, open the loop. But we're also working on an amazing, for everybody who joins a camp, on an amazing kind of onboarding package with gifts and all right. But that there's going to be, we're working on it, so I'm not going to say more.
Yeah. But you'll see. There's stuff coming.
See.
There's stuff coming.
There's big things coming. So join the movement.
Basically, what David is saying is we're learning with every camp.
Yeah.
And we have ideas on how to make the experience better.
Yeah. And I cannot wait. Because when it comes to swim workouts, it's like you kind of brainstorms them, writes them, and then I kind of chip in, and then we decide together what we're doing. But it's going to change when Milo and Peter are there. And they're both coaches, world record holders, both coaches. The coaching conversation, and Mia, right? The coaching conversations are going on the balcony and in the rooms and stuff. It's going to be so good.
It's going to be wild.
It's going to be wild, yeah.
Super looking forward to that.
Yep.
For sure.
All right, then. Next week, right? We're going to do Swimpros news unless one of us... No, we're here. So we're going to do Swimpros news same time, same place. It's going to be on YouTube. You can watch it on Instagram. You can watch it on Facebook. You can even watch it on LinkedIn.
There you go.
All right. Cool.
This was great. Dave, thank you. Audience out there, thank you very much.
See you soon. We'll phone in a little bit, okay?
Okay, yeah, call me.
All right. Cheers.